This is Diving In with the Port of Seattle. I'm Mallory Hauser. I'm here with Eric Soderlund, who's one of our Maritime Operations Manager. And on this beautiful sunny day, we are standing in front of Terminal 91, where we have a very special project going on. Can you tell us a little bit about Terminal 91 and what we're seeing right behind us?
Yeah, so right now we're on the Elliott Bay Trail, and we are looking over at the northeastern portion of Terminal 91 at Pier 90 over here, and this is Berth 6 and 8 redevelopment project that we see in the background.
Before we dive into the project, why don't you tell us a little bit about Terminal 91 and why it's so important to the port and the region?
So Terminal 91 has two piers, Pier 90 and 91, and it is the home of the North Pacific Factory Trawler and Mothership fishing fleet. They fish up in Alaska as well as off the coast of Oregon and Washington, catching mostly Alaska pollock or Pacific whiting. In the summertime, there are also two cruise berths that are operating out of Pier 91.
Wow, so a very busy terminal indeed.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so Berths 6 and 8, these are used by the fishing fleet.
Correct, yeah, primarily the fishing fleet, or they were used. They've been condemned for about 20 years because the infrastructure was falling apart. The project is going to bring it back into usable state.
Awesome, so tell me a little bit about the redevelopment project on 6 and 8. What's going on now and what can we expect when it's completed?
Yeah, so right now earlier this year the demolition got finished, so we had to tear out all of the old pier structure and pull out creosote timber pilings. It was the last creosote timber pilings that we had on this pier, so those are being pulled out of the water. So there were 62,000 square feet of pier apron that were demolished, as well as 850 feet of seawall that was pulled out and replaced to strengthen it, and that will create the seawall extends further past the usable docking space, but it'll add 750 feet of usable pier space for vessels to tie up.
So just giving people context, this is a huge portion of the pier that is being redeveloped.
It is, and a very important portion, particularly how wide it is in the working area that it provides for these heavy equipment to operate there.
Yes, and the port always tries to balance industry with environment. And that's true in this case as well.
Absolutely, like the creosote piles, creosote is a really good preservative of wood because it kills everything it comes in contact with. And when the pilings start to break down, that enters the waterway. So getting them out of the waterway really protects the health of the waterway. So
amazing. And we're also, I hear, installing shore power for ships as well.
Yes, well, we have shore power on the entire terminal, and almost all of our boats hook up to it because, well, it's good for the environment, but it saves them money. But what we're doing here is we're improving the shore power access for higher amperage, and as vessels make improvements, they have different power demands, and our old power supply is not up to some of the new equipment that's on board. So this will allow them to run more efficiently, and will allow some vessels that were unable to connect to our power to now connect and use the power that we have available. And that way they shut off their generators. It's quiet, less pollution, and it's just a nicer atmosphere.
Oh, on that note, when will the project be completed?
Right now the project's scheduled to be finished in the spring of 2026, so it's right around the corner. As you can see, our vessels are all out fishing right now because it's the summertime, but in the fall of next year, they will have vessels there.
Amazing, the end is in sight.
Yes.
Well, lots to look forward to here at Terminal 91 for the next year plus.
Indeed.
Thank you for joining us today, Eric. This has been Mallory Hauser with Diving In. Make sure to like and subscribe so you can follow along.